How are we doing, everyone? Hope you're well. Mr. Boulder here, and I'm back today with a collection update video. Picked up quite a few things recently, and all three formats. So we've got some cassettes, CDs, and records to show today. We're going to get straight into it after a quick sip of you know what. First up is an absolute monster album from 1987 that everyone will know whether you like the band or not. It's Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. A classic album that absolutely lives up to its reputation. Get the J card out for you here. There's a classic picture of the guys. You've got the original band artwork there and another picture of the guys. There are singles from this album that everyone will know, so I'm not going to talk about those because there's no need to. There's the cassette. This is the exact same type of cassette that I had back in the day. Looks really good. It's in great condition. Fantastic deep cuts on this album. For me, stuff like It's So Easy and Mr. Brownstone, probably my favourite songs from this album. Stuff like Out to Get Me as well. Night Train, brilliant tune. Think About You, that's a great tune. You're Crazy, Anything Goes, Rocket Queen. Excellent album. The singles are great as well, even though I never really ever need to hear Sweet Child of Mine or Paradise City ever again. I'm not bored of Welcome to the Jungle though. An absolutely classic album that everyone will know. An album that lives up to its reputation. It deserves its big reputation. No bad songs in that at all. Absolutely superb stuff. I've got it on all three formats now. I've got an original CD, an original vinyl copy, and a reissue. Now I've got the cassette as well. Very happy to get that. Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction from 1987 on cassette. Another epic tape pickup is Slayer's Divine Intervention from 1994. An album that for me I think is finally starting to get the respect it deserves. Never used to get talked about a lot, but you're seeing it pop up a lot more now, and it's a fantastic album. Despite the production not being great, the sound's a bit muddy, but it doesn't matter when the songs are fantastic. It's just a great album. I absolutely loved it from when I first heard it back in the day. Here's the J card with the pictures of the guys. Lyrics there, and there's no chance I'm ever going to be able to read those with my eyesight, even with my glasses on. Fantastic album though. I think this one's really good. The first one to feature Paul Bostaff on the drums. Here's the cassette, the old school clear shell. And Paul Bostaff's introduction to the band is just phenomenal. His drum intro on Killing Fields is just excellent. Such a great drum intro. Other brilliant songs on this like Ditto Head, Serenity and Murder. The title track Divine Intervention is great. Sex, Murder, Art. What else have we got on there? 2 and 3. This is about Jeffrey Dahmer. Mind Control. Brilliant album. Excellent thrash from 1994 when thrash was really struggling on its arse. Slayer delivered an absolute beast of an album that, like I say, is finally getting, I think, the recognition it deserves. Excellent album. Slayer's Divine Intervention from 1994. Really pleased with that tape pickup. And the last tape pickup is connected to that album. It's the brand new album from Kerry King, which is called From Hell I Rise, which, I won't lie, really exceeded my expectations. I thought this was going to be good, but I have to say, it really did exceed my expectations. Kerry's put together a fantastic band. Mark Alsagueda from Death Angel on the vocals. He, of course, sounds fantastic, so the vocals are great. Phil Demmel on the guitars. There's the J card there. And of course, Paul Bostaff on the drums. Great drummer, fantastic band, and this album really has exceeded my expectations. There's the cassette of that. Not only did I get it on cassette, I picked it up on CD as well. And I like this album so much, I might actually grab the vinyl once it comes down in price, because I thought I'll get it on CD and cassette. I'm not fussed about the vinyl, but now I've heard it, I really, really love it. Actually, it cost me less money to get this on CD and cassette than it cost for the vinyl. Very good album. Like I say, Mark Alsagueda's vocals are great. Some excellent solos from Phil Demmel. And there's great tracks on this. Where I Rain is good. Residue is good. Crucifixion is a brilliant, one of my favourite songs on the album. The vocals in that are absolutely outstanding. Everything I Hate About You. Two Fists, Ray, Shrapnel, the title track. Yeah, the new one from Kerry definitely surprised me. Thought it was going to be good. Was way better than I thought it was going to be. So happy to grab that. Excellent stuff. Kerry King's first solo album From Hell I Rise. Good stuff. Up next, a complete change of pace. This is quite an eclectic update. And here's the best of Amitri, Hateful of Rain. Very much pop rock and nothing, of course, like Kerry King. I saw these guys support Simple Minds in London. I saw Simple Minds a few months ago. And I forgot how good they were. I picked this best of CD up for pence off of eBay. Very simplistic pop rock. Great tunes on this. Roll to Me is a great tune. Kiss This Thing Goodbye, not where it's at. Nothing Ever Happens. That's a brilliant ballad. Really, really good stuff. When You Were Young, Driving with the Brakes on, stuff like that. These guys from Scotland, very, very simple, easy to listen to pop rock. You know, when I've had enough of the death metal and the thrash metal, I want something a little bit more easy to listen to. That does the job nicely. Amitri, nice best of CD from those guys. Up next, here's the Almighty and Crank from 1994. I had all the singles from this album, never actually got around to picking up the album, so I grabbed it for cheap off of eBay not long ago. Excellent stuff from Ricky Warwick and company. Ricky, of course, has been fronting Black Star Riders for years, and he sings in the current incarnation of Thin Lizzy. Great vocalist. Good album, this. Wrench, track 2, absolutely fantastic. Very simplistic riff, easy to get your head around. Just brilliant, brilliant stuff. Crank and Deceit is another great song. Jonestown Mine, that is superb as well. Loads of great stuff on this. Really enjoyed this one a lot. Yeah, for some reason I never grabbed the album back in the day, but I've grabbed it now. It's a good listen. Nothing outstanding, but I enjoy it. There's the disc. Almighty, Crank from 1994. Excellent stuff. UK band. If you're from the States, you've never heard of them, check them out. Up next now, 3 albums, all from the same band. This is a band I've been meaning to check out for a while. Never got around to it. Finally got around to it. And I'm really, really enjoying them. Here's Massive Wagons. And this is House of Noise from 2020. If you're not familiar with Massive Wagons, they're a straight-up rock band. They're from the north of England, Lancaster. They've definitely got a sense of humour. Fantastic band which writes really, really effective, catchy songs with some great riffs and brilliant vocals, and I absolutely love this album. This is a cheap pickup from Amazon. It's only about a £5. Banging in Your Stereo, track 2, is just absolutely fantastic. Massive chorus, very catchy, great riffs. House of Noise, Freak City is another great tune. Professional Creep is great. The curry song is absolutely brilliant. Funny enough, all the lyrics are about going out for a curry. Great, great stuff. Glorious is another great tune. Matter of Time. Brilliant album from Massive Wagons, House of Noise. I'm really glad I finally got around to picking this up. Very cheap on Amazon. There's the CD for you. Yep, glad I finally got around to checking these guys out. Excellent stuff there. And while I was grabbing that, I grabbed their most recent album. I've got one that's about to come out soon, but this is the most recent one. This is Triggered from 2022. Does very much the same job as the previous album. Just simple, easy to listen to rock with massive choruses, great vocals, loads of great guitar work as well. Simplistic riffs, which are very, very catchy. First track, Fuck the Haters, is superb. Generation Prime, Asshole, Skateboard, Gone Are the Days, Triggered, Never Been a Problem, stuff like that. Excellent stuff. Glad I finally picked this one up. That's the last of the CDs for now. And the first one I actually picked up from this band was Full Nelson from, I think it's just from 2018. I grabbed this because it was only 14 quid. And as we all know, for a new album these days, that's not a lot of money at all. Heard a couple of tracks on Planet Rock, decided to grab it, and absolutely love this album. Printed in it with lyrics. It's just on good old black vinyl. And excellent album. I'm really glad I finally got around to checking these guys out. Great tracks on this. Under No Illusion, first track's great. China Plates, track 2 is absolutely superb. Sunshine Smile, Northern Boy, all excellent tunes. Back to the Stack, Hate Me, Ratio, Tokyo, last track. Great album. Full Nelson from Massive Wagons. This is still on Amazon for only about 14 quid. So if you like the sound of this, I'd recommend picking it up and checking it out. Excellent stuff. So that's the last of the Massive Wagons albums. Up next, something I got from our very own Metal Mickey. off of his eBay. And this is Billy Joel, Greatest Hits Volumes 1 and 2, which originally came out in 1985. I originally bought this years ago at a charity shop for like literally £1. And I thought I'd had a real bargain until I got home and realised it only had one of the fucking records in it. There's a bit of a water damage on the sleeve, not a lot. Nice gatefold there. And the records are in great condition, play fine. So I'm not fussed about a bit of water damage on the sleeve. Just black vinyl on that classic CBS old school label. I won't bother getting the second LP out because it's exactly the same. Billy Joel, one of these guys I saw or heard a lot on the radio when I was younger. Saw him live in London a few years ago and he was fantastic. Considering he's up in his 70s now. Still really, really sounding great. So many great tunes, classic tunes. Piano Man, love that tune. New York State of Mind, another great track. Just the Way You Are, fantastic ballad. Moving Out, Anthony's song. She's Always a Woman, another great tune. Still Rock and Roll to Me. Good Night Saigon. Tell Her About It. Uptown Girl, everyone knows Uptown Girl. Brilliant song. And a nice best of to get in the collection. This is all I need from Billy Joel. Loads of great tracks. Again, a nice palette cleanser from all the metal. Excellent stuff. Cheers for that one, Mike. Much appreciated. Up next, one of my favourite albums of the year so far, and it's the new one from Pearl Jam, and this is Dark Matter. Absolutely loving this. Other than Judas Priest, this is probably my favourite album of the year so far. Excellent, excellent stuff. Didn't listen to Pearl Jam for a while, and I've got back into them over the last few years. Picked up the last few albums, enjoyed all of them. Gatefold there. Great tunes. Wreckage, track 3 is my favourite. Great vocals from Eddie Vedder. The title track, Dark Matter, is great. Upper Hand, Waiting for Stevie, Something Special, Got to Give, Set in the Sun. Really good album. Really, really glad I picked this one up. Matt Cameron, formerly of Soundgarden on drums, of course, with Pearl Jam these days, and his drumming on this is absolutely superb. Great vocals from Eddie Vedder, as always. The guitars of Stone Gossard and Mike McCready are great. Jeff Emmett's bass playing, as always, is really good. Pearl Jam's Dark Matter, my second favourite album of the year so far. I should definitely think I'll be featured in my end of year list. Great stuff from Pearl Jam. Really, really enjoying that one. Excellent album. Up next, some electronic dance music. You don't hear me say that often on this channel. Again, a nice palette cleanser from all the guitar stuff. And here's the Prodigy and the Prodigy Experience, their debut album from 1992. I had this on cassette back in the day and listened to it constantly. Finally got around to grabbing this on vinyl. There's the gatefold with those pictures I remember from the cassette inlay card back in the day. 2 LP set. Both exactly the same, so I only got to show you one of them. Good old black vinyl with those classic XL labels. So yeah, when I was a teenager, back in the early 90s, the rave scene exploded massively here in the UK. And I was all over this band. And I like quite a bit of the rave stuff, but this is the only band I ever picked up any actual albums from. Great tunes on this. Wind It Up, Jericho, Out of Space, Everybody in the Place, that was a single. Your Love, Charlie, that was another single. Fire, Rough in the Jungle Business. Liam Howlett, the main man behind this band with regards to the music. Very talented guy. The way he puts all these songs together is very, very clever. Excellent album, which is nice palette cleanser from all the guitar stuff. Really enjoy that one. We've got Keith Flint here, of course, who is sadly no longer with us. Great album. Really happy I picked that one up. And while I grabbed that, I picked up the CD dirt cheap off of eBay as well. So nice to have that on both formats now. And the natural follow-up to that was the second album, Music for the Digital Generation, which came out in 1994. This is a good album. One criticism I have of this, it's a little bit long. A few of the songs could definitely do with being edited down. There's not enough change in the songs for me to justify the length that some of the songs go on for, but still a good album. Gatefold there. Another 2 LP set. Again, it's just on black vinyl with those labels. Yeah, I prefer the debut. This one's good as well. More vocals on this one. The first album is pretty much all kind of instrumental parts, apart from a few vocal bits, but there's a lot more vocals on this. Breaking Out in the Track to a Love, Voodoo People, great tune. Full Throttle, that's excellent. Poison, that's a great track. The drum beat is very much sort of reminds me of old school hip hop. No Good Start to Dance, One Love edits, the edited version. Then you've got the Narcotic Suite, the last 3 tracks, which are all really, really good. Excellent album. Music for the Digital Generation from 1994. Another nice palette cleanser. And once again, because I grabbed the record, I picked up the CD dirt cheap off of eBay. So it's nice to have both his albums at last. Had all the singles back in the day, all the 12-inch singles, but never got around to picking up the albums, or at least this one anyway. Excellent stuff. On the Thing, completely different now. Here's Entombed and To Ride, Shoot Straight and Speak the Truth from 1997. An album that I think flies under the radar a bit. When it comes to Entombed, everyone talks about the first 2 albums, and rightfully so, because they're absolute bangers. But this is a great album as well. Not quite as good as Wolverine Blues from 1993, but To Ride, Shoot Straight and Speak the Truth from 1997. It's still an excellent album. Pick this up for just £16 actually. There's a gatefold for you. Off of a seller on eBay. Title track, first track is excellent. Like This with the Devil. Great riff. Absolutely superb stuff. Somewhat peculiar. Damn deal done. Brilliant tune. Absolutely love that. Massive riff. Put Me Out. Just as sad. Last track, Wreckage. Great vocals, of course, from the late great LG Petrov. Nick Hanson's drums are great. Superb riffs. Excellent guitar tone, of course. That classic HM2 guitar tone. Excellent album from Entombed. I think flies on the radar a bit. Really happy to finally get that in the collection. 2 more things to show you. Up next for me, one of the biggest albums of the 1990s. I'm lucky to have an original press of this, but I picked up this 3 LP reissue of Fear Factory Demanufacture from 1995. Huge album. When I first heard these guys, it completely blew me away. It was a sound I'd never heard before. Very industrial. Machine gun guitars that have the double kick drums and the drums locked in really tight, so it sounds very mechanical in a way. Just an absolutely excellent album. Burton C. Bell's vocals, one of the most copied vocalists of the last 30 years. And when I first heard him doing those low guttural and then the clean singing, I'd never heard that before. It's a style that's been copied many times over the years, but never bettered as far as I'm concerned. He's not with the band anymore, of course. Him and Dino don't really get on these days, but this is an amazing album. Demanufacture, the title track. Self-Bias Resistor, phenomenal song. Zero Signal, though, is absolutely massive. The vocals in that are just absolutely outstanding. Replica, that was the single. I remember seeing the video on Noisy Mothers. Dog Day Sunrise, Body Hammer, Flashpoint, Piss Christ, A Therapy for Pain, a 3 LP set, which I'm not going to fold out in total because it's absolutely massive. Polyline Dinners, which is always a nice touch, and all the records are the same. This blue marbling, which kind of matches the album artwork, so I like that a lot. Can't stand it when you get colour vinyl and the colour has absolutely nothing to do with the artwork. Yeah, so it's a classic album. Dino Cazares' riffing is just fantastic. The guitar tone on this record is monstrous. Christian Old Wolbers and Raymond Herrera holding together things nice in the rhythm section. Burton C. Bell's vocals, absolutely amazing. He was just like nothing I'd ever heard at the time. I'm really glad to get that Fear Factory Demanufacture 3 LP reissue. Fantastic stuff. Tons of bonus stuff on there as well. But I'm only really after the main album. Really, really good stuff. Love that a lot. And the last thing to bring you today is a nice box set which came out a few weeks ago, which you no doubt have seen other people show. And it's the brand new Black Sabbath box set of the Tony Martin era. Anno Domini from 1989 to 1995. There's the back of the box for you. I've taken everything out of the box already because I've learnt my lesson the hard way in the past. Trying to get stuff out of the box sometimes is difficult to get out. Nice box set there with information about the albums that are included. Tony Martin era for me is incredibly underrated. We have a huge poster here of the Headless Cross, which I'm not going to fold out because it's an absolute whopper. We have here a tour program, a replica tour program from the Headless Cross tour from 1989, which looks great. Loads of pictures from the band, I should say. Nice piece to have. They've done a really good job on this box set, has to be said. A massive booklet. This is great quality paper that I've used here. Absolutely huge. Again, loads of information about the band and the albums. You've got all the lyrics from the albums in this as well. An old Metal Hammer cover there and a picture of the guys. Really nice. They're definitely not throwing this set in. That is a really, really nice booklet. And of course, most importantly, the albums. Here's Headless Cross from 1989, which I've actually got an original copy, so I'm very lucky to have that. But it's nice to have this fresh new copy. Absolutely stunning album, this one. One of my favourite Sabbath albums, hands down. All those, you know, Sabbath's only Aussie people can get in the bin as far as I'm concerned, because this is an absolutely outstanding album. And if you're of that closed-minded opinion that Black Sabbath is only Aussie, then you're missing out on a great album, because this is absolutely fantastic stuff. The title track is huge. Absolutely great drumming from Cozy Powell. The Headless Cross, yeah, that title track is superb. When Death Calls Devil and Daughter, those first three proper tracks are just absolutely outstanding. Killing the Spirit World, Call of the Wild, stuff like that. Headless Cross from 1989 is an underrated gem. Give it a listen if you've not heard of it. Heard it, I should say. Fantastic stuff. Up next in the box is Tear from 1990. Not as good as the Headless Cross, but still a very good album that I really enjoy. Tony Martin's such a great vocalist. Cozy Powell again on the drums here. Again, it's just black vinyl with this label. All the labels are very, very similar. This is an album I only heard for the first time about 2 years ago. And it's really good. Great tracks on this, like the Sabbath Stones is brilliant. Jerusalem, track 3. Massive chorus. I absolutely love that song. Great riffs from Tony, of course. Valhalla on side B is superb stuff. Feels good to me. Heaven in Black. Got Neil Murray on the bass. Great album. Another underrated Sabbath album with Tony Martin on the vocals. Cross Purposes from 1994. I really like this one. I've given this one a listen a couple of times recently, and when I did my Sabbath ranking, I was like, I thought it was okay, but it didn't sort of grab me too much. It's definitely grown on me more with repeated listens. Geezer Butler back in the band at this point. Again, just black vinyl. Just the way I like it. None of this coloured or splatter nonsense. Couldn't care less about all that gimmicky shite. Yeah, good stuff on this one. Eyewitness first track is brilliant. Cross of Thorns, decent track. Virtual Death is great. Immaculate Deception, Dying for Love, Back to Eden, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, excellent stuff. So yeah, we've got Bobby Rondinelli on the drums. He was in Rainbow at one point, wasn't he? Yeah, Geezer Butler on the bass, Tony Iommi, Tony Martin, of course. Yep, this one's definitely grown on me with repeat listens. Cross Purposes from 1994. And last is Forbidden from 1995. Now, this has been remixed. And when I first heard about it, I remember thinking to myself, do you know what? A remix isn't going to save that album from being a piece of shit. But it has to be said, the new mix from Tony Iommi has made this album sound so much better. If you'd have told me at the time that I'd be saying that a remix of an album would make it much better, I wouldn't have believed it, but it has made such a difference. This album sounds so much better with the new mix. Has to be said. Illusion of Power, first track. Decent opener. It's got a bit of a pointless cameo from Ice-T on it. Not hating on Ice-T, not at all. I love Ice-T, but this cameo on it is a bit pointless, but it doesn't spoil the song. Get a Grip. Can't Get Close Enough. Shaking Off the Chains, I Won't Cry For You, side A. They're all pretty good tunes. Guilty as Hell, Sick and Tired, Rusty Angels Forbidden, Kiss of Death. This album's definitely improved with the new mix. I'm very, very surprised, pleasantly surprised. I've got an original of this, so I'm very lucky. And yeah, it has to be said, this new version does sound much better. Tony Iommi's done a great job. Forbidden from 1995, and that is the last album in the box set. the Tony Martin era, 1989 to 1995. Very happy to have picked that up, and all these records sound absolutely fantastic. Great pressings. If you haven't pulled the trigger on it yet and you're into Sabbath and for some reason you haven't pulled the trigger, I highly recommend you do. All these records sound fantastic. All the artwork, the sleeves are all in great condition. The booklet is fantastic, very detailed. It's just an excellent set for a really good price, and I'm very, very happy I picked it up. So there's Black Sabbath Forbidden for the Tony Martin era box set. Excellent stuff. Right, guys, that is it for today. Hope you enjoyed that. Play there for everyone, hopefully. I'm sure a lot of you won't give a shit about the Prodigy stuff being in there, but there we go. It's my channel. I can show what I want, of course. As per usual, jump in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the stuff that I've picked up. I'll be back with you, I think, Thursday night, because I've got a very busy weekend next weekend. I've got a couple of gigs to play on the Saturday. I'm playing with 2 bands. And on the Sunday, I'm off to see the disco legend from Chic, Nile Rodgers, which is a sentence, of course, you hear come out of every death metal fan's mouth. So I'll be back with you on Thursday with another video, so there won't be a video on the weekend. Like I say, jump in the comment section, let me know what you think about these pickups. And as always, guys, cheers, take care, and I'll see you later. Cheers, bye.